Many years ago, a small, heroic group of women organised a socialist arts weekend here in Stroud. It was a rich, glorious, comprehensive weekend of spoken, visual and musical arts, open to all. It was conceived, I believe, simply to expose the town and visitors to the potency of liberal perspectives. It certainly was not designed to make the women rich. They were significantly out of pocket. One of the guest lectures was given by Paul Foote, a fearless, investigative journalist who sadly we lost to a heart attack in 2004 when he was only 66. Foote was talking about his book, Read Shelley, a fascinating analysis of the poet Percy Bysshe Shelley. He began his lecture by reading the last section of Shelley's poem Ode to the West Wind, which ends, "If winter comes, can spring be far behind?" Innocuous enough, even a whiff of Wordsworth, but then Foote delivered his talk and ended it by reading the extract again, or perhaps it was the entire poem. The effect was seismic. We'd begun to understand a little of how incendiary this poet was. The French Revolution was still in full spate when he was born, and the subsequent career of Napoleon had spread considerable alarm and paranoia among the British establishment. Free spirits, anti-authoritarians, and folk who challenged religion itself were not to be taken lightly. Shelley didn't last at Oxford a full year, as he and his pal Thomas Hogg were expelled from Oxford for publishing a pamphlet titled The Necessity of Atheism. For reasons that are now very clear to me, Shelley was not included in my schooling. Today's reading is an extract from a 4-act lyrical play, Prometheus Unbound. The bit I'm reading is spoken by Prometheus in the presence of Panthea and Ione, 2 water goddess nymphs. Prometheus was one of the Titans, a group of immortals exiled from Mount Olympus, where superior gods resided, led by Zeus. Prometheus was believed to have created humans from clay and stole fire from the gods to assist human progress. Zeus was not happy about this and chained Prometheus to a rock, where an eagle tore out his liver each day, only for it to regenerate overnight, ready for the eagle to come daily ad infinitum to tear open the wounds and feast again on fresh liver. Some Christians have seen parallels between Prometheus and the putative career of Christ, the gruesomely cruel suffering for humanity's benefit line of thinking. I suspect Shelley would have been more focused on the appallingly sadistic imagination and disproportionality of the chief god's thin-skinned vengeance, especially as there are more effective and obvious steps he could have taken to retrieve fire for his exclusive Olympian use. Also, a younger Shelley is bound to have asked whether the same eagle was permanently condemned to this tedious diet, or were flocks on shifts. Antique systems of reward and punishment share this disregard of those conscripted to the carrying out of these proceedings. The fate of 50 Islamic virgins each time a young male ignites a suicide jacket springs to mind. You can certainly hear Prometheus calling out Zeus for his ignoble sadism, and if not quite going as far as Mandela by threatening to forgive, he's doing his best to deprive the evil thug of some delight in his suffering. Shelley, of course, is not here railing against extinct religions, or the current pantheon of deified extraterrestrial invisibles. The chains he sought to break are applied by human gangs and governments, whose vengeful suppression springs from fear, exploitation, and material self-interest. Prometheus Unbound. An excerpt. Scene: a ravine of icy rocks in the Indian Caucasus. Prometheus is discovered bound to the precipice. Panthea and Ione are seated at his feet. Time, night. During the scene, morning slowly breaks. Prometheus. Monarch of gods and demons, and all spirits but one, who throng those bright and rolling worlds, which thou and I alone of living things behold with sleepless eyes. Regard this earth, made multitudinous with thy slaves, whom thou requitest for knee-worship, prayer and praise, and toil, and hecatombs of broken hearts, with fear and self-contempt and barren hope. Whilst me, who am thy foe, eyeless in hate, hast thou made reign and triumph to thy scorn, o'er mine own misery and thy vain revenge. 3,000 years of sleep, unsheltered hours, and moments I divided by keen pangs, till they seemed years. Torture and solitude, scorn and despair, these are mine empire. More glorious far than that which thou surveyest from thy unenvied throne, O mighty God. Almighty, I had deigned to share the shame of thine ill tyranny, and hung not here nailed to this wall of eagle-baffling mountain, black, wintry, dead, unmeasured, without herb, insect, or beast, or shape, or sound of life. Ah me, alas, pain, pain ever, forever. No change, no pause, no hope. Yet I endure. I ask the earth, have not the mountains felt? I ask yon heaven, the all-beholding sun, has it not seen? The sea in storm or calm, heaven's ever-changing shadow spread below, have its deaf waves not heard my agony? Ah me, alas, pain, pain ever, forever. The crawling glaciers pierce me with the spears of their moon-freezing crystals. The bright chains eat with their burning cold into my bones. Heaven's winged hound, polluting from thy lips his beak in poison not his own, tears up my heart, and shapeless sights come wandering by, the ghastly people of the realm of dream, mocking me, and the earthquake fiends are charged to wrench the rivets from my quivering wounds, when the rocks split and close again behind, while from their loud abysses howling throng the genii of the storm, urging the rage of whirlwind, and afflict me with keen hail. And yet to me welcome is day and night, whether one breaks the hoar frost of the morn, or starry, dim and slow, the other climbs the leaden-coloured east. For then they lead the wingless crawling hours, one among whom, as some dark priest hails the reluctant victim, shall drag thee, cruel king, to kiss the blood from these pale feet, which then might trample thee, if they disdained not such a prostrate slave. Disdain? Ah, no, I pity thee. What ruin will hunt thee undefended through wide heaven? How will thy soul, cloven to its depth with terror, gape like a hell within? I speak in grief, not exultation, for I hate no more, as then ere misery made me wise. The curse once breathed on thee I would recall, ye mountains whose many-voiced echoes through the mist of cataracts flung the thunder of that spell. Ye icy springs, stagnant with wrinkling frost, which vibrated to hear me, and then crept shuddering through India. Thou serenest air, through which the sun walks burning without beams. And ye swift whirlwinds, on whose poised wings hung mute and moveless o'er yon hushed abyss, as thunder louder than your own made rock the orbed world. If then my words had power, though I am changed so that aught evil wish is dead within, although no memory be of what is hate, let them not lose it now. What was that curse? For ye all heard me speak.